Welcome to Internet Supreme Court, the show where we judge the weekly internet cultural zeitgeist. I'm Chief Justice Bacon, and just like the regular Supreme Court, you didn't vote for me, but don't worry, I'm not corrupt. Speaking of all my non-corrupt friends, let's welcome them to the stage. Dishonorable Judge Lopez, welcome.
Hello. I am corrupt. I want you to know that.
Okay, all right.
All the way, to my heart.
Okay.
So,
I'm sorry about that. I love your hair this week.
thank you.
I'm sorry you got corrupt in your heart. Yeah. I warned you to if you played with it, it would get to your heart.
You know, what are you going to do? It's there, so I'm going to play with it. And now, suddenly fully corrupted. Yeah, it's like a dark mage got to me. But yeah, my hair, Margaret at the
looks great.
Salon did my hair. Yeah.
Margs? Shout out to Margs.
Shout out to Margs. Yeah. Her poor Brent in hospice, but.
And welcome, Dishonorable Judge Katie. I got no segue, and once you bring up hospice, you got nowhere to go.
I was gonna cuss out Margaret, but I forgot. I forgot about the hospice situation. And I just wanted to make Margaret laugh one last time.
And Dishonorable Judge Matt Kelly.
Internet Supreme Court, the only place where the word hospice makes 4 people laugh uncontrollably.
It's a funny word. Hospice is a funny word. It is a funny word.
It is a funny word.
It does kind of feel like when you're in church and you're not supposed to laugh at the very serious things.
All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to take your loved one and we're going to put them in a special place where we know they're going to die. And we're just going to sit around and watch them die. Oh my God, that's horrible. No, it's all right. We have a funny name for it. It's hospice. It's named after John Hospice.
Is it a spice?
He invented the sandwich.
He did.
Oh.
He did. What a way to start the week, you guys.
That was a good start. I have no notes. I have no notes. That was perfect. Somebody write that down so we can do it again next week.
And for those of you on Bacon Baby Watch, yeah, he still has a baby because he considers Thursday night the start of the week.
Is it? That's the start of my week. The week starts when this show starts.
Oh, wow.
That's mine.
Dedication.
I spent a lot of money fixing calendars.
Why are you spending that? What? I don't know.
I don't have time to do it. I have to pay somebody.
So you outsource vandalism.
Do you mean fixing is like in the mob sense, or?
Oh no.
No. I mean, okay. I pay somebody,
or like a veterinarian sense.
Just castrate the week.
No, I need my calendars have to have testicles.
This is the question though.
Just like your trucks.
The penis of the week.
The penis of the week?
Yeah. Which day is the penis of the week?
Monday.
Monday?
Sometimes good things happen on Monday, but most of the time you're like, I don't need a Monday now. Why is a Monday here? No one asked for a Monday.
Tuesday's the taint. Yeah. Forget about it.
There's always a moment when we're doing this show where I think, I wonder if Barb and her 10-year-old are watching this live.
Oh, yeah. All right, let's move away.
Today's was, what's the penis of the month? So,
well, 10-year-old, it's Monday.
There you go.
That's a Katie move. Make it gross.
Let's get order in this goddamn courtroom. No, goddamn it. No. Dishonorable Judge Lopez, you had a case that you'd like to present?
Yeah, I need you to vamp for a second though. I gotta.
Okay.
Hey, Barb, are you there? Barb,
so fast. We also have full-on bribes here as well. Yes.
Yes, up in the corner, which I have to point that way. I should just flip my camera sometime.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm never looking over it.
Was that good vamping, Nate?
Yeah, did you like that?
Did we vamp? Vamp.
All right. So today I have a small little thing. Just I wanted to give a shout out to one of my favorite things ever that for all effective purposes died this week. Speaking of hospice.
It always comes back to that.
Always.
Wow. Well,
Always.
They don't call him the king of transitions for nothing, baby.
Yeah. Yeah.
Finally, somebody acknowledges it.
Yeah.
So I want you to imagine a show like Hollywood Squares here. All right. It's got a little bit of Hollywood Squares feel to it. Some, C-level celebrities, and for all intents and purposes, like you've heard of these people, like Vincent Price, Paul Lynde. We've heard of them. Lily Tomlin's big. Tony Randall. Yeah, these are names, but who's DeMond Wilson? I don't know. Karen Valentine? No idea. X? I don't know who X is.
Yeah, it looks like it's a guy in Lederhosen. Oh, that's the Ricola guy.
Oh, that's good.
Oh my god, I'm blanking on his name because I literally just watched the Simpsons episode where they did a Hollywood Squares parody and he was that corner.
No way.
Yeah.
In the new one, it's Shadow Stevens. He's the guy down there. The new one from the late 80s. What's wrong with me?
I think they're bringing it back. Yeah.
Stevens and Whoopi Goldberg. I'll never forget those three. Anyways, we all know the premise of Hollywood Squares. A bunch of C-level celebrities, the occasional B or A-level person would tell jokes, answer questions. You play it for points, right? Really fun to watch. Just kind of a good afternoon TV show. It's one of those where you remember watching it because you had a cold that day and it was pretty great. Well, you combine that with maybe the most boring TV show in the history of TV shows. This was called The Sports Reporters. It aired from the ESPN zone in Times Square for about a decade. This is the most exciting thing that ever happened on that show. For very boring old men would talk to each other and bloviate about whatever was happening in the sports that week. And they were always shocked and appalled by whatever the newest, youngest person. Look at this guy's hair. My God, this is like 2003. What the fuck is happening, Mitch Albom? Oh, bad hair. Bad hair.
He looks like one of the bad guys in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah. But and even then, his hair had to be made like that because he was wearing a helmet underneath it to protect him for the fall that he had to do.
What kind of sideburns do you want?
None.
Triangle. I want a triangle. Yeah,
I don't want you to know where it starts or ends.
Like as you go along this panel too, look at Bob Ryan. That's the second guy here. That is the face of a man who knows he's on the most boring TV show of all time. Mm-hmm. He also feels very important. So
he's leaning back too.
Yeah. Oh, he's fully checked out. Look, his feet's out. He's checked out. He's not listening. Mm-hmm. Anyways, so you have a good show and you have this pile of garbage. You combine that with Zoom, okay, and a very cool Italian dad, and you get Around the Horn, baby. Around the Horn started in 2002. A man who looks very much like this gentleman. His name is Max Kellerman. He started a show where he wanted to have bar conversations about sports topics. So you would get 4 panelists, 4 sports reporters. The initial idea was one from each time zone. So you'd have a guy from New York, a guy from, whatever, somewhere in Central, somewhere in Mountain, then LA always. Okay. It's always Chicago, LA, New York, and usually
a lot of Chicago guys in there. Yeah.
Yeah. So they would just talk, and Max Kellerman he was the star of the show. He was kind of a dork. He went on to do boxing commentary. This guy right here, his name's Tony Reale. He's the cool Italian dad. He was an intern. His official title on another show was Stat Boy because he used to correct a couple other sports reporters. And that was his entire job at ESPN. He made what is the equivalent of minimum wage. Max Kellerman, the original host, asked for more money, as they always do. And ESPN played hardball. They pulled this guy in day of a show, and he hosted it for 22 more years.
Whoa.
Okay. He did 4,000 shows, 4,000 Around the Horns, Tony Reale. More than 4,000, like 4,200. That's more than Sesame Street. That is more than all the sitcoms. Seinfeld. It's more than the fucking Simpsons. It's more than Jeopardy. This guy has done more TV shows than almost anyone else on TV. Anyways, ESPN canceled the only good thing they had going for them in the year 2025. And I just wanted to say Around the Horn kind of started exactly what we're doing today. I'm not sure Zoom happens or this kind of panel show happens without Around the Horn showing us all how to do it. So no case. I just wanted to say I salute you, Around the Horn. I'm gonna miss you. You were a good show. The end.
I feel like we should have like a horn or a trumpet or something like that to play taps.
I mean,
hospice.
we could make a judgment on this, and Around the Horn, definitely not guilty. Out of all the sports shows, which by the way, I'm just not a huge fan of, these daily sports shows. There's only so much to talk about, and they have to fill up so much time. But if you're gonna do it in a way, gamify it in the silliest way possible. Don't take it seriously at all, because that ruins it instantly. And Around the Horn never seemed to take itself too seriously. The point system was, just a fun little thing to do, kind of gamified. Yeah.
It's just who's line scoring.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Then the person who won got a talk at the end or whatever. Yeah, I like, and then the people that they brought on, those people all like had life and all like really brought something to the table compared to the old sports shows that were on at the time.
Well, one thing that I made a point of saying is the old one, that Sports Reporters, was always for old, boring dudes. One woman got it, Jackie McMullen. She's a legend from Boston. She's one of the very first sports reporters that got access to locker rooms. She would be on that. Like, she was the only one, what's the word, canonized a little bit. Around the Horn, they would go looking for brand new people. So they had like this guy, Pablo Torres, Jay Adonde, like they're both people of color. Then it had more women on that show than any other ESPN show. They really was a trailblazer. Like, the reason you have female anchors now is because Around the Horn kind of made it okay to bring on like no-name women. It was a fantastic show. Best thing ESPN's ever done, in my opinion.
You sold me then?
Sold me as well. The sports thing, kind of over the head, but at the same time, love giving jobs to women.
Yep.
That's awesome. And that was a huge show to end this week, Nate. Huge. Yeah. I don't know how people at the gym, what they're going to watch anymore.
That's Fox News for everybody.
Oh, no.
Treadmillers.
Every treadmill.
Oh, no. Well, to keep on the sports theme, oh, boy, don't want to start playing already. There we go. To keep on the sports theme, I would like to talk about my case this week is one that we brought up in the Lakers fan meme, and I showed it just as like an example, and we're like, oh, man, there's got to be a lot to this. So love to, especially dishonorable Judge Kelly and Katie, who don't know anything about sports or care really, can't wait to tell you a little bit about this Bears-Packers rivalry. And what we see here is what I call the Packer fan Renaissance painting, where it is a woman screaming at Bears players and telling them to like get out because they were doing what is called the Lambeau Leap, something where it's at Lambeau Field is where the Green Bay Packers play, and after they score a touchdown, they'll jump up into the stands, and everyone's like, "Yay, yay!"
Yep. Where Lambeau is too. It's in Green Bay, Wisconsin, which is like going to Ogden, Utah. Just this town in the shittiest state, and this is all they have. This fucking football team.
Green Bay, Wisconsin still only has like 100,000 people that live there, and they've had a football team for 100 years. So they have somehow not figured out how to capitalize on having a professional football team. Instead, Appleton, Wisconsin, which is closer, has like all the cool shit. It's insane. Anyway.
Everybody in Wisconsin, that city, are they all here? That feels like the right amount.
It's everybody in Wisconsin. They're the Green Bay Packers, but they're really just the Wisconsin Packers.
Their season ticket list is like 75 years to wait because they like people bequeath it. They die and they're like, I want my season tickets to go to my son.
And they're one of the few teams that you could do that with, that you could pass them down like that.
Really?
So yeah, here it is. Here it is zoomed in. You could just there's just so much to see. This one, obviously our main focus. This lady is just so angry, and her friend to the left of her. I mean,
she's not coming out looking great either.
No,
Out that the This woman in front and center, our blonde Yelly.
Mhm.
That is what we call a Wisconsin 10, baby.
Yep, that one.
Then you got the Bears fan up there, happy, having a great time. And then obviously that woman is very, very angry. It's just a beautiful photo. There's so much to see it, but to understand why this woman got so angry, you kind of have to understand the Bears-Packers rivalry. And this is actually a photo of when last time I was at Lambeau Field. There's on the left, that's me in a Bears helmet, and on the right, that's my friend Gordo, and then to the right of him, that's my friend Coleman.
Dominating him?
Yeah, he's dominating. Yeah, it was 2005. Okay. This is how men communicated by establishing dominance with each other.
The men used to joke in the early 2000s, how gay can we be without being gay?
Yeah.
That was a big thing.
Yeah, that was the joke. And we were so funny. So funny. But you know what? I like that one. So what you need to know is this is from Lambeau Field to Soldier Field, from Green Bay to Chicago is 3.5 hour drive, 227 miles. It's even less of a drive if you're just like going to Chicago. This is to get to Soldier Field. It's in downtown by the lake. So they're pretty close. And they have played their first game was in November 27th, 1921. Wow. So they've been playing each other for over 100 years now. And there have been 210 games played between these teams. And before this photo was taken, the Packers had won the last 10 games that they have played against each other. The Packers have dominated. They play each other twice a year. So that means that the Packers have won the last 5 years against the Bears in this rivalry. It's been very lopsided.
Yeah, I was going to say, it seems a little one-sided for a rivalry, but all right.
Yeah, well, that's why it's kind of, yeah.
Bad. You're constantly getting beat in the ratings by Everyone Loves Raymond.
Yeah.
That's what that was.
Yeah. So
we're still getting beat by that with the ratings, just FYI.
More people are watching reruns of Everybody Loves Raymond right now than watching our show. That's true. In the world, somebody is watching Deborah. There's 10 people watching that at least. Now, so last year, remember I told you you play a division rival twice a year. So the first game was in Chicago. And beautiful town, beautiful place. The game ended. Here you can see it's the fourth quarter. There's 3 seconds left. The Bears are down by 1 point, but they are attempting a 46-yard field goal. And this is what happens when they attempt this field goal. If they make this, they win the game. It gets blocked at the line of scrimmage and lands a good 10 yards short. Packers are partying because they know that they're already in field goal range. There's only 2 minutes left. The Bears only have 1 timeout, so they could run down the clock a lot. Here it is. They get the ball. They kick a field goal. Boom. Packers are now up 22-21. Once again, the Chicago Bears are down by 1 point. Now, this is why we're really watching this, is the fan interactions. Here's one that I love. This is everybody reacting to it. You can see the Bears fan down here on the left thinks that it's going to be no good, but then it's good, and everybody celebrates around him. Now, if you look at Orange Gloves, he's going around for high fives. He's, Bear fan, never mind. I'm just going to slap my friend. I love how you could really see him. Yeah, high fives. Woo! Never mind. Woo, Jerry!
Well, I love how in Wisconsin it's so like backwoods. They're all wearing Hunter's orange. Oh, that's Bears color. Yeah, you're not my guy.
I know that's another thing. When you go to a Green Bay Packer game, there's no seats. Well, there are in some, but most of them are benches, bleacher. And you're sitting next to some guy who's wearing hunting gear covered in like fucking deer blood sometimes.
Lambeau Field is, you know, that everyone has that comedian friend who drives like a 1987 Honda Civic and he thinks it's really nice and he loves it, right? Mm-hmm. That's what Lambeau Field is. He's like, it's the greatest stadium ever. It's never let me down. Like, no, it's a piece of garbage. It is a piece of trash and it needs to be updated. You have a terrible car, sir. They have a terrible stadium.
a section for the seats that people are bequeathing? Like,
oh yeah, so you have a square, but it's made for a normal sized person and not a Wisconsin sized person. So you don't have a lot of space. And here you can see, this Bears fan is down here. They're showing the crowd. Everyone's really happy, that Bears fan. So now there's still time left. There's 48 seconds, you can see here. And now the Bears are down by 1. All they need to do is somehow get into field goal range and kick a field goal. So the first thing that happens on the very first play is this guy does what's called a horse collar tackle. You can't grab somebody from their back of their nameplate even at all and tackle them. So that's an easy 15 yards for the Bears. Next play, right after that, or a couple plays later, boom, a toe tap sideline catch, barely in. I want to show that again. So, you have to get 2 feet in bounds. And this guy's catching it. He barely has 2 little toes in there.
Very graceful on that fall, though.
Yeah.
And then he's got the good job on that. He took some stunt classes.
So now the Bears need about 15 yards, and they have 15 seconds, no timeouts, and they're down by 1. So they need to get about 15 yards and then spike the football to stop the clock. This is what happens. Boom. Got like 17 yards. Gets thrown down. Everyone runs up. Spike the football. Now the Bears are in field goal range once again. Just like earlier in the year. This one's even further. This is a 51-yard. The first one was 46. This is a 51-yard field goal. You're down by 1 point. And there's 2 seconds left. This is the exact same thing. You've lost to the Packers 11 times in a row.
Every Bears fan right now is holding their head, closing their eyes, and trying not to breathe.
It's kicked. It's hooking left. It sneaks in. The Bears beat the Packers on a last-second field goal for the first time in 11 games. And guess who we can see? Our little lady friend was right there the whole time. And her friend to the left of her freaks out, so scared that the ball's going to hit her, even though there's a... Oh! Watch this. Watch your friend.
Oh,
right there. So it's great that you can see him.
I need you to color commentate on every sports
game.
Yeah.
This is way more exciting to see it this way.
First win since 2018, for the love of God. 11 games. And then, boom, Carlos Santos goes to jump, do the Lambeau leap. These people push him down. There's that lady already screaming at the kicker. Just screaming.
So the Lambeau leap. The Lambeau leap is a very... go ahead and explain, actually. This is your story. Sorry, Bacon.
No, it's fine. The Lambeau leap started just because at Green Bay, the walls are a little bit lower and it's easier to jump up, and they're padded to go to that area. And a bunch of fans just see a bunch of sports. The other team jumps and tries to do this, like mocks it when they beat them or they do something. So this isn't the first time that this is done. Was there something else that I missed?
It's just a Packer tradition. They love it. They
love it.
Okay.
Love it.
So to have it done by a bear is high insult.
Yeah, here you can see
when an audience member tries to do a bit in your improv scene.
Oh, I've had that happen recently.
So here you can see, like, literally them pushing, and then watch this lady. That screamy lady won't stop pushing him in the helmet. She's like yelling at him, "Get out of here! Get out of here!" This guy just he figures out that there's a place he could stand, so he just kind of hangs up on him. So after that event, after the Packers lost to the Bears and a last-second field goal, and that photo went viral of that woman like screaming, obviously really mad and butthurt that her team just lost. What was the news in Wisconsin? I wonder how they presented it.
Packers getting ready to fly east to face the Eagles.
While an Oshkosh woman stands ready to protect their home turf.
And we do want to start out our newscast tonight with a story of territory.
She's the hero the Packers fans needed in that moment.
I felt like I was defending our legacy. I wasn't going to let anyone come into our stands when that wasn't their place to
Her
be.
name is Gigi.
Sacred turf
Of course,
that
she
can
looks
never
like
be
a
taken
Gigi.
over by teams like the Bears.
They didn't do the Land League right either.
Is that
When
the
you leave,
real
you're supposed to
voice
leave.
of the reporter?
I did not put in a
Anything
different
else,
voice. That is the voice of the person who put this together.
Land League
Okay.
right
Look
either.
at those
When you leave, you're
creeps
supposed to
in
leave.
the back.
Yeah.
God,
Oh, you mean Brett Favre back there?
God, those two definitely have Tinder accounts.
Yeah,
There's no
this
question.
guy. Oh my God, that guy knows where to buy cocaine. I'll tell you
You
that.
put your butt on the seat. They
Everybody on
obviously have
LinkedIn.
never watched us do that. I think they should study it if they want to do that next time.
I will say it's very shiny hair. Her hair is very healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and that's not natural. I don't think because I don't
Now-
think.
Now here's something I don't want to clown on her anymore and make fun of her appearance anymore. Here's the thing. The Packers and Bears, like I said, really close to each other. I've been to games and whatever. The rivalry is very tame. We hate each other. We hate each other's teams. But we hate each other's teams. We don't hate each other. And because we hate, like, people in Chicago go vacation up in Wisconsin. People in Wisconsin come down here. Like, it's, you know, we get along. We're, you know, there's families that have Bears fans and Packers fans, you know? And I want to point out that most of the people in this photo it was cropped, are actually, even though their team just lost to their heated rival, they're having a good time that the Bears are jumping up just in their section and being like, oh man, God damn it. But this is cool that you guys are here, you know? And I'd also like to point out that there is a guy off to right that we see in the video who's actually really excited. If you look, like, to the right, he's like, boo, but you can see he's laughing.
Yeah.
He's having a good time. This woman
Time.
is extremely overreacting. And her to go onto the news and be like, I'm defending our turf. Shut the fuck up. No, you're not. It's a football game. And it's not the first time that opposing teams have jumped into your stands. If you have something that you do as tradition, then other teams are going to mock it when they beat you. That's the name of the game.
Yeah. Listen, this is not going to affect what my final ruling is because I still don't actually know what you want us to rule on just yet. But
She's guilty. She's
I do wanna say
guilty.
sports fans are the fucking worst. Like,
Eagles?
all of them,
Oh.
Every single one of them. And like, I don't know, man. This is coming from a guy who's watched a lot of wrestling too. Wrestling fans are the worst. Like, really, most fans are the worst. Period. Is what I'll say.
Anybody who takes it too seriously is the worst.
100%. Yeah.
Did Gigi get a Give Send Go and raise almost $1 million?
Yeah.
I'm just curious.
Yeah.
It is
but
weird though that like how much. I mean, she was right there behind, like where you could see fully where the football comes through the pitchforks.
That's what they're called.
Pitchforks. That's wonderful.
Don't correct her. That's the name of them. I like that better. They should be called that.
I mean, it's right in front of her face, and then she took it very personally.
Yeah, especially like they're not even over there, and she's yelling, and it's like, dude, that's the lady. You're bigger than that guy. That's the fucking kicker. All right, like settle the fuck down.
Everything about her gives me like an MTG vibe. Like,
yep.
So. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go.
Yeah, this woman's guilty. I wouldn't have said guilty until I saw those news stories where she came on and tried to like justify it. I would have been like, yeah, you got me. I was really upset that we just lost. I was really looking forward to beating the Bears twice. I can't believe we're losing going into the playoffs. And then they lost in the playoffs their very first game.
Yeah.
So
I feel like that's when you're like, yeah, I was 9 Miller Lights in. What do you want? My bad. And you're not. I don't think you get self-righteous on this.
No, God! No, God, please, no! No! No!
Good. I'm glad we were all on the same page.
Yeah.
And that's actually, I've watched games with Nate, and Nate's like a great sports fan to watch with. He, like me, is just like, we're going to fuck up. We're going to do something bad. We're going to do something bad. He's not like cocky. He doesn't get mad at anybody. He's very quiet. He's like, we're going to lose.
Well, I remember once my Broncos were up by like 30. I'm like, don't worry, they'll blow it. They almost did.
They did. They lost to the Bears.
Yep.
They beat the Bears. Also, Nate was with me when the infamous double doink, which is something that I could.
We're going to cover that in future.
We could cover.
I'm positive.
Yeah, I feel like the closest I've ever come to being a sports fan in that sense, and it's not because it was the Philadelphia Eagles, but definitely this past Super Bowl, I appreciated that it literally just turned into like the United States versus the Kansas City
Those
Chiefs.
are my favorite. And I like being on either side of that, right?
Yeah.
When you are rooting for the bad guy, you're like, fuck yeah, we're the bad guys. But it's so nice when you walk in and people are just, yeah, fuck the Chiefs, right? Fuck the Chiefs. Let's go.
And you know how hard it is for people to be like, you know what, we're going to root for the Eagles. Because the Eagles make it real hard.
Boy, do we.
Yeah.
The closest thing I can think of in pop culture was when La La Land lost to Moonlight. Everybody was like, yeah.
Okay, I
On
can
that
understand
note-
that now.
Yeah, on that note,
Thank you. Thank you for bringing it down to my level.
Katie
You're
should, it all needs to be Academy Awards metaphors. But yeah, speaking of Katie, yeah, Dishonorable Judge Katie, you got a case as well?
I do.
A meme case?
I got a meme case. If anyone would mind popping that up,
I got you.
I appreciate it.
Oops. We both had it at the same time.
Oh, look at this, you guys. Speaking of
That is a
hospice,
sight for sore eyes.
do you guys know who this is?
I mean,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
a ghost from Scooby Doo, but I don't remember
Yeah.
who's underneath the sheet.
It might be a projection of a ghost.
It is a ghost from Scooby Doo, but it's also known as Bluestone, the Great Magician, obviously, and would have gotten away with it too if it weren't for those meddling kids. All right, so September 27th, 1969, Scooby Doo, Where Are You releases the episode Hassle in the Castle episode on CBS, where 69.
Good God.
Apparently, the original series was only 2 seasons, 69 and 70.
I have them on
Holy
DVD
cow.
back there somewhere.
And it's 600 episodes.
No, it's also like this was the thing that shocked me. It's like 30 episodes of
Yeah,
Scooby-Doo.
it's not that
No
weird.
way.
It's
No, it's for
shocking
real.
how short the run of Scooby-Doo Where Are You is. Now the spin-offs of like
The spin-offs are
yeah,
endless.
like outrageous, but
Wow.
absolutely endless. Yeah, but
There's 30
this was-
movies, isn't there?
it's good hearing it
So,
for sure.
All right.
depends on whether you mean live action or cartoon. So,
Oh, God.
well, this is where the gang washes up on shore of a place called Vasquez Castle, said to have a hidden treasure from a shipwrecked evil pirate. And it's not long before the gang encounters the Phantom. Ooh. That scares the living bejesus out of everyone, especially Scooby. And then shenanigans ensue. In classic Scooby-Doo fashion, the gang finally catches the Phantom, and Fred rips off the mask, saying, "Let's see who this really is." And we get this meme. It was obviously Bluestone the Great the entire time, but this meme has then become something even more and even greater, something that we all like to share with each other. So in 2017, this meme originated from Twitter user smashbros_nin.
I know him.
Okay. All right, so maybe you'll know this one, but this was the first panel. It was a 3-panel, and it's okay, gang, let's see who Crash Bandicoot Insane's trilogy really is. And Fred rips off the mask to reveal Dark Souls. And I would have praised the sun if it weren't for you meddling kids. I don't really get this meme.
It's just going through. So you really do only need the 2 panels because we all know Scooby Doo, so it could be explained in short form. But on this one, they're just doing it's just a fake out, and they're just using the same line of like, oh, and I would have done it too if it weren't for you kids. It is kind of putting in the 2. It's 2 memes in one. So I agree that it was gone to get rid of it.
Yeah.
Conflated, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It got better, and I feel like every original meme kind of starts a little rough and a little too long and a little too over explaining. But we finally get some more 2-panel memes, like this one that pops up on mine every once in a while. Depression and anxiety.
Yeah.
See who this really is. Untreated ADHD.
Oh, that hits close to home.
Yeah.
I know, right? And it might be
Keep it
more
light, Fred. Come on.
I know. It might be our algorithm, who knows? But we also get another one, which I thought was hilarious, like this 2-panel meme. First panel, food that tastes so good. Let's see who's behind all this. Spices.
That one's just direct. That's point A to B.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Utah's like,
The devil.
Little white Arizona Katie was very much like this growing up and then going to her friends' houses who had actual spices in the cabinet. So one thing that I do absolutely love about this meme is that it gets better when it gets specific, and especially if it's the 2-panel type of context. For instance, who's under this mask, shall we ask? Why, it's bacon.
I knew it.
I knew. I'm just sentient strips of bacon.
It makes so much sense.
I was at a Golden Corral and I was left out too long and I became sentient. And I would have gotten away with it too.
If it weren't for my meddling.
If it wasn't for you meddling adults.
Oh, I want to be a kid. Or perhaps maybe this very relatable. Let's see who this really is.
Yes.
Oh,
God, I'm so upset. I'm so mad right now.
I have to tell you, I texted Bacon before the show and I was like, I need a better joke.
And the best one I can come up with was slightly racist.
And I was like, I thought about that, but I didn't know if that was offensive.
Do you want to know what it is, Nate?
What's it? Yeah. What was your joke?
It's let's see who this is, and she takes it off, and it's Carlos Mencia.
Oh my God! Thank you for doing the Quiznos. I walked off the show and started my own competitive show.
I said that would have been the only one that made Nate mad.
George Lopez would have worked too.
Okay, see.
George Lopez, Chong was one of them.
Chong would have been okay.
Chong's fine.
I was really hoping to maybe put a spatula in there just for all intents and purposes. But hey, what about this very relatable meme in context? Let's see who this really is.
Yeah.
Just sentient cats.
Yeah.
Just sentient cats.
3 sentient cats.
Yep.
I like 2 sentient cats. Just one.
I'm sorry, the Google image didn't come up with 2; it came up with 3.
There you go.
No, I enjoy it. My headcanon is that one on the right is the doofus, not sentient.
that part of Matt's personality.
Yeah, he is a doofus. He is. The middle one's the smart one, and the right one's the quiet
cats
one.
Has been the perfect cover until this
God!
Hey!
Never mind. There's 2 doofus cats.
Yeah.
Then of course we all want to know what's under this mask.
Ooh, I vote pizza.
The man in the iron mask.
Why, it's this Saturday night at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Geekscape Network. It's the 12-Sided Die Season 2 Kickstarter finale. We're closing up the finale for 12-Sided Die, and Tim Russ is going to be there as well as Kristen Wall. Come join us for the crazy trivia. Okay, but also, Yeah.
God damn it.
It's really that.
There we go. Yep. Your ad reads are getting sneakier and sneakier.
You barely notice them now, you know?
All right. Well, after that, I feel like we need to make a judgment and take a recess because I am mad.
Yeah. Well, what do we like? This is a not guilty meme, right? This is a good meme.
I love
pretty
this
innocent.
meme. There's like, I feel like there's a handful of memes that you're scrolling through the internet and you even just see the format. You know that you're gonna make sure you read it. And for me, it's always like this one or the superhero choosing between buttons. I'm like, all right.
Oh yeah.
I need to see where this is going.
And I love the variations on that one too. Yeah.
I gotta say, looking for these memes, like a good topical one, was kind of wild because there's so many racist versions of this one. Which is
I believe that.
But like certain groups tend to have better, memes of this.
All right, we're going to take a quick 5.
Yep.
Take a quick 5, and then we'll be right back with Matt Kelly's got a good cold case this week. A thick cold case.
We're getting some church up in this live stream.
Oh, finally.
I feel like
We're back.
Woo!
And Matt Kelly, I cannot wait for this cold case. And all I know about it is it's called the Donut Hole Man Clips.
Yep. So,
What do you mean, ew, Nate?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't like the sound of that. It sounds like something
sounds
we
bad.
would call a murderer.
So this is I've taken a note from Katie. I'm doing a subtle self-promotion, but Katie and I have a podcast called Christian Cringe, where people come and we watch old content from the 90s and early 2000s that is evangelical in nature. Nate, you've been on the show and you made us watch the nightmare that was Quigley's Village,
You're welcome.
a puppet show. But I did you one worse
Oh,
for
no,
poor
it's-
Katie. So I thought that this was a national show. I truly did. And it was only in researching it that I found out that the Donut Hole Man, aka Rob Evans, is from Philadelphia. And that these videos actually were more local than nationwide. So that's why I'm really excited to share you a couple clips from the first episode of Rob Evans' Donut Man series, The Donut Hole. We're going to start with the opening of the video where you get to meet this Donut Man.
Oh, you got me. I must be a little sleepy from our last donut repair club meeting.
Can you
It was
pause real
great.
quick? That is a gigantic hog that man has. Oh my God.
Listen, there's
sorry.
a reason why
You
he
got
fills
to.
the holes.
Yeah, you got to. When you got this premise, Nate, you got to have a big monster hog. And I just remembered once again that Matt Kelly has children watching this show.
No, not right now. They're in sleep. They're all asleep.
They're
We're
asleep.
in
All
sleep.
right, this guy's fucking monster dong that you could see from space. And if you don't notice, normal donuts, the holes aren't that stretched out.
You got me. I must be a little sleepy from our last donut repair club meeting. It was great. You should have been there. We told stories and sang songs, and we even fixed donuts. It was great. But I guess that's why you're here then. Well, then let me introduce myself then. I'm the Donut Man, and this is the Donut Repair Club. Do you like it?
Well, do you?
Horrible premise. Horrible, dumb premise. I mean, love the guy, love the music, love the production, love everything but the premise.
Well, Bacon, towards the end of this presentation, you'll understand why they're fixing donuts. But I'm going to save that for last.
Big real question: is he vamping? Like, is there a script? Or is he just going? Because
If I remember correctly, he's like the director, writer, lead.
He's everything. He is everything in this. But listen, he can't do this alone. Of course, he has a sidekick named Duncan. So how about we meet Duncan?
He's still asleep. Shh. Duncan. Duncan. Duncan.
Yes, sir. Good morning. Good morning.
I'm still kind of glazed over.
What's he looking at?
Is it time for donut repair? Do we have lots of donuts to fix?
Yeah, Duncan, lots and lots.
Yeah.
Whoa. Hold on. So much. Oh my God. I got so many things to ask. One, Nate, did you notice that there's a kid in a Mets jersey? It's badass.
Everything is badass. Yeah.
Badass. Oh my God. Two, they really were able to make it sound like he was talking under a table.
Yeah.
Like, how is he not mic'd up? Is the microphone above? Did they put a fucking mic on the actual donut and not the person controlling the donut?
I love how the makeup lady was like, "I'm gonna do everyone's forehead except you."
I don't have enough foundation.
We're gonna
no one has enough powder for that.
Yeah.
Also,
oh man.
Not a donut. That is a bagel. That is a bagel.
That's a
your
bagel?
Jewish friend.
Then why did he say he was glazed over?
No.
Oh,
He did.
He did. No, he's a donut, but he looks like a bagel.
Oh,
that is a bagel.
Yeah.
That's definitely.
Well,
I agree with you, Katie.
You know what?
That's a
I
bagel.
wasn't planning to jump to this part next, but it actually makes the most sense to go here next.
Well,
because Duncan's not even the scariest puppet that's in.
Well, hold on. Matt Kelly, I still got a question about Duncan.
Okay.
Duncan, first of all, the puppeteer has confused coffee with donut. Like he's playing, that's how you play coffee. Okay. And two is, so the donut is excited about getting its hole filled. Am I correct?
Well, we'll get into this. Duncan does not ever get repaired. He's just there to help other donuts get repaired. Again, we'll get to how they
This
repair
premise
these
is
donuts.
already falling apart.
Is that
It's already
hole
falling
a
apart.
mouth? Is that hole a mouth and a butthole?
Yeah. So
yeah, it's through. So many questions.
So
maybe you should ask the repairman.
Yeah, 90% of this video is songs with occasional Bible story reenactments. But there's puppetry. And I want you guys to see these nightmare puppets that they use to tell a story.
Hey!
Oh my Jesus!
Hey! Why did you
Christ.
guys take me up on this roof?
God,
What are you chopping that hole there for?
So they cultural
drop you down
call
to
us
see
and say,
Jesus.
Hey, do you have any scary puppets?
To the roof. Through the roof? I'm sick enough as it is. And besides, what's that man gonna say when he sees this hole in his roof?
There's a hole in my roof. It's the truth.
His whole face gets sucked
I
in.
wouldn't spoof. It was chopped there for a man.
All right, we can stop there. The thing that I had to point out to Katie that I think really makes these things nightmarish is I'm going to bring down the volume so we can watch this a little bit. It's human hands. He has human hands.
Yeah, they're all Swedish chefing. Every single one of them.
They're all Swedish chefing, and they're very big compared to the puppet.
At this point, you have to ask yourself, why not just go with a human? Yeah. You are so close, and this looks so weird. Why not take artistic liberties and make an actual puppet that is something else besides something that you want to be human with human hands? I don't understand.
I get it with Swedish Chef because he uses knives and cooks. I understand that. This
guy
just
expresses songing.
This just pushes you further up further down the uncanny valley. You know,
Yes,
just closer to the nadir than the
just just have a human do it. Just put a green screen a human.
Yeah, I think the reason for the puppets is that Rob Evans, the Donut Man, was first and foremost a musician, and these were made to sell songs. And I guess he just was like, well, they can't see me singing the song because I'm the Donut Man. So we need to have a way for my song to play.
Again, his whole premise, his premise and his casting has boxed him into no.
Bacon,
You gotta.
Let me bring up one more point that bugs me to this moment and to this day, ever since I saw this for the first time. The context of this hole in the roof is very different when you go from the outside to the inside.
Oh, yeah.
A nice long. However, they get to the point where it makes that shape of hole, and I feel like they shot that scene first and then this one second.
Definitely. Yeah, there's no question about it. Oh God, I hate this.
Well, do you guys want to hear a rap song about God's rules? Sure, you do.
Yes, I do. God, fucking monster hogs,
there
I do.
Are some people who will tell you that you're supposed to be good to your friends and to hate your enemies. But if you want to really know God's love, that's a rule that's going to get broken.
I'm pausing real quick because this is my favorite line delivery in the entire special.
At school, it's like a rule. If you talk to a nerd, that makes you a nerd too.
Like, just good advice right there.
Got news for you,
it's
kid.
It's leprosy.
The nerds aren't turning you into a nerd, dude.
Yeah.
No. Oh man, you talk to one nerd and now everyone says you're a nerd. I'm not a nerd just because my best friend is a nerd and all my other friends are nerds and I do nerd stuff.
And I'm on a Christian puppet show.
Yeah, so
I couldn't remember my lines.
Here's where we can take a quick guess. What do you think is going to happen next? Is Nerd Boy going to rap? Is
But that's not God's love.
Is the donut man gonna rap?
Oh, please
Is
don't
the
make it to that
donut gonna rap? Or is the only person of color who's randomly in this shot?
Oh
going to
no,
rap?
Matt
Please
Kelly,
don't make
promise
it
me,
black,
Matt
though.
Kelly, no,
Please.
Matt Kelly. Why would you
Love
set
you
this
Better
up?
than that rule.
Please.
Oh no.
Damn it. She's front and center.
Oh no.
God's love is the rule. It's more than right. It's more than true. It said God's love is the
Look
rule.
at it.
It's the very best
Make him
thing
look
that
at
you
it.
can do. Let me tell you about Jesus. How he went to a dinner and sat and ate good bad sinners. Now the Pharisee said he should not stay, but Jesus loved him anyway.
Now,
So-
when you watch this on double speed, it's still just as slow.
She's not professional rapper for sure. Also, I hate to break it to you. Character, all the other kids stick around. Character disappears immediately after this song is over.
Literally, she's not in any other shot. She's
What
not
the
in
hell?
any other scene.
This show already has so much going against it. Now it's also like kind of racist. The
You
show.
know what? I choose to believe she's just Wu-tanging. She's oh dirty bastard. She shows up for her bit, gets the fuck out. That's what I choose.
All right.
to
If she
believe.
got paid the same as all the other kids, then I agree with Nate.
I
Although I
love
do
these
think-
dance moves.
The only note she got
right
was,
hair and makeup.
oh yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I mean, they put her like a tiny little like pigtail in the back, and it was like, oh, because they didn't have hair and makeup for her. It seems.
Oh my God, you're right. Holy shit.
All right, Katie,
Wait,
I included.
Nate,
Oh, go ahead.
I
Nate.
think the
Nate
only
was
note
gonna say
she got, and you know, I know she's a child, but I feel like the only note they got was, "Can you make it mushier?"
Yeah.
Oh. I don't blame this child. I
No,
blame the
Bill.
donut man for all of this.
The donut
Ex-
man's the right villain to have. In this
Yeah,
story.
good. And I love the kid in the green basketball jersey in the background. That kid's crushing it. Yeah. Yeah.
he is.
Look at that look. Badass.
Ballerina in the back, that Japanese water ghost.
Mhm. I think we just got ringed. I think Matt Kelly just ringed us.
I also have this one included because it was Katie's favorite moment. And
God.
this is what happens when a little girl named Mary is a little late to the donut repair club.
Somebody's at the door.
Now, who could that be?
Can I come in? I was helping my mom, and I couldn't get here any sooner.
Sorry. The rules are that you have to be here from the very beginning. Sorry. Sorry.
Are you fucking serious?
But I want to come in the donut repair club.
Sorry.
That's the rule.
Yeah. Bye. We're sorry. Come on in. Come on in. I'm so sorry. What's your name?
Mary.
Mary, well, you showed us God's love because you didn't give up.
So
Fuck this show.
yeah. But I have to say, A+ for whoever framed the second door shut. Because
That was an incredible shot.
yeah,
that was
this
perfect.
right here.
Again, please. Again, please.
I want this to
Thank
be
you,
a
sir.
gift so bad.
Do it again.
Bye.
Fuck yes. Look, you
The
know what?
sound
If we're
of
going to
that
say
door
something
closed.
positive about it, cinematography is pretty good.
Is this before the Homer Simpson No Homers Club joke? This is the better version of that one.
That's amazing.
All right, and then the last thing I have to present to you, you've been wondering this whole time, why are they repairing donuts? Well, here's a real earworm that sums it all up.
Now God's love is like a donut, like a donut, like a donut. Now God's love is like a donut, 'cause there's a hole in the middle of your heart.
It might be a...
So for those of you who missed that lyric, it's without God's love, you're like a donut because there's a hole in the middle of your heart. So
there's no hearts on donuts. There's the writing. This guy, not a creative.
No, I'm gonna
Get him outta
do
here.
this,
Really want
mute
to
it, just so you guys can
Really
appreciate some
wants
more
to
of
be.
this great choreography that someone threw together.
This is the guy who shows up.
Like,
Yeah, I guarantee
Wow.
it's that dude, Rob Evans. This is his choreography.
Wow.
This girl just got up from a nap.
yeah.
Yeah.
Talk about Victorian ghosts. There's 2 ghosts in this cast. Jesus.
Oh, that kid's shorts. How did I miss those?
He's got knee pads too. Go back. He's got knee sleeves on. That
Yeah.
dude is
Well,
awesome.
he's dancing.
He's
That
got knee
kid is-
pads for when he breaks down, you know?
I think I have a new favorite outfit. Sorry,
He's the
green
last
jersey.
here. There,
Look at
him.
that.
Yeah.
Yes. And elbow pads.
And a mullet. That kid is awesome.
Oh, that kid's badass.
Does he have a pocket protector? No.
I know that's just his t-shirt.
Okay. Wow. This is.
Why are they all dressed differently? Is the premise that they all got zapped there
I'm pretty
whenever
sure-
they're like doing
yeah.
whatever they were doing?
I think they're all missing.
Yeah. Are these kids on milk cartons?
Probably, most likely. But yeah, so
They're on the
that-
back of tracks that you get out and bring you to your church.
Look,
Yep,
all
they're
I'm
up
gonna
in the post
say
office.
is, and Katie can disagree all she wants on this. You know, when you're doing a show like Christian Cringe, sometimes the heavens quite literally open up and gift you a show like this that you can literally, anytime that someone shows up and says, "Hey, I'd like to be on the show, but I really don't have anything I grew up around that I'd like to talk about." Boy, is this a conversation starter. There, every frame is something to talk about.
Every frame a
New or
picture.
old, or so subscribe. I guess you can vote on guilty or not guilty, but I just say, subscribe to Christian Cringe on your favorite podcast.
I think Rob Evans is the guy who shows up at your Herald team audition and everyone's like, this fucking guy. And you have to pretend like you're taking him seriously for 4 hours, and God, he's the guy who sends you a follow-up email and, asks for notes. Oh, I hate it. Hate it. Hate everything about it, Matt Kelly. I hated that.
But
And then
still
when
in
he
the
doesn't
back of your
make the
head. Yeah, he doesn't make the team.
He doesn't make the team, but then he's like, screw these guys. I'm making my own show.
Yep.
Mhm.
And it's
he
going to be
gets to
about kids fixing donuts.
Which, from top to bottom, horrible premise, stupid idea, doesn't make any sense. Shouldn't be promoting donuts to children. Duh. It's a dumb concept. It doesn't make any sense. This guy does have a monster hog, though.
So goddamn enormous.
I mean, Matt Kelly, if you can go back to the beginning part of that moose knuckle that we saw.
I see why he started that. I mean, if I was that person, that's how I would start every show.
Yeah. He's obviously like, it's like, hey, buddy, none of these ideas are really good. And then you see his dick and you're like, all right, whatever you say,
He's
man.
David Bowie in Labyrinth,
Yeah.
You know why I'm here. God
Is he tall too? Is he a big boy?
He
looks
seems
tall.
like he is. He's,
Yeah.
I mean, I was like, this Matt Walsh, big
Oof.
dong motherfucker,
Yeah.
has to
Matt
do
Walsh.
spread eagle as he starts. I mean,
Is it tucked under? Like, do we not even see where it ends?
I feel like there's a cup. I honestly feel like there's a cup.
No.
No, because I feel like someone off camera was telling him that his bulge was showing because he quickly puts his hands over it. Like,
Does he?
Well, all right. So here's the problem. He's a tall, as a tall man, can't really wear suspenders that high, buddy. You can't wear overalls that high.
Let's block
No.
this. Let's block this with
I
my
mean-
hands. Oh no, I gotta stand up.
Oh, man, I see everything.
Oh, yeah, this is.
You know,
this
it's
is
something for the
wild.
kids. It's something for the moms.
Christian
dads
moms
too.
need their magic as well.
They do.
Oh, man.
God. He
I-
honestly
it's
looks
an
like
easy-
proto Ned Flanders. I feel
Yeah.
like
Oh. Yeah.
Gives
yeah.
a like we've got Blippy at home energy as well.
yeah. I do feel like if Matt Groening had been 1,000 times less talented, this is what he would make. Maybe he's onto something. I don't know. Because it's got the donuts, the colors, Ned Flanders. It's just
I mean,
It's
like
all
you
kinda
said,
there.
Bacon, though, the set dressing top tier. Like
Look, the kids are kids. They're doing their best job. The set dressing's done well. It's lit properly. It's filmed properly. They framed like the door getting shut great. The Donut Repair Club logo's great. I guess I have to watch the whole episode. I wish.
I feel like if I showed up at a boutique donut shop and it looked like this, I'd be like, well, all right. Yeah. I'm here. I'll try
I'd like the donuts there. Yeah. Oh yeah, I'll take the maple bacon cinnamon twist.
This is Voodoo Donut before Voodoo Donut.
There you go.
Yes.
No, God! No, God, please, no! No! No!
There we go.
How dare you make me watch that again?
Second time.
We've seen it twice.
Whole thing. Gotta watch it.
No, Katie only half watches most of our stuff. Ooh.
There she goes. She drives away.
Hi, Katie.
Bye. Up. She got run over by
geez,
the car.
oh, no.
Is what it looks like.
It's broken.
The duck down is getting worse every time that you use that effect.
That sound means the end of the show. I just realized I can't take this off.
So I learned something on the break. Rather, I remembered it. I wanted to tell you to non-sports fans. The Packers, they have 2 world-beating quarterbacks, like quarterbacks that are just the greatest thing ever. They both have a documentary on Netflix right now, one for each of them. Both documentaries are about how much a piece of shit those 2 guys are. It's pretty wonderful.
One of my best jokes, like everybody used to love Aaron Rodgers. Everybody loved him. And as a Bears fan, I obviously hated him for so long. And then everyone started to know who he was when he went to the Jets. And then I wrote, I hated Aaron Rodgers before it was cool.
Jesus. What did you
I
learn,
learned that there's
Katie?
something special going on Saturday at 5 p.m. Pacific
Oh my
Standard
God.
Time, 8 p.m.
It's impressive. It's quite impressive.
I didn't even notice it.
Wow, that was incredible.
No one notices it.
Oh, it's a great Geekscape t-shirt. Awesome.
It is. Thanks, Matt Kelly.
That's what I'm here for. I learned a little bit about sports, but not much about Scooby-Doo.
I learned that you have 2 doofus cats in you, so that's
Yeah, I didn't like that secret was out, but
All right, on that note, see you guys next week.
See you in hospice.